Welcome to Chasing North, a podcast for purpose-driven professionals, entrepreneurs, and changemakers who know that real success isn't just about status, it's about alignment. I'm your host, Kristin Mack, business leader, lifelong learner, and someone who believes that the most powerful journeys are often the most personal. Here, we dive into real conversations with real people, exploring personal growth, leadership, conscious business, and the deeper motivations behind impactful success. Let's get curious together, because every path holds power and your worth is not up for debate. Hello and welcome back for part 2 with the ladies of North Star. Don't need to introduce you, but I do want to clarify, when we say Kristin in this room, we're talking about Kristin Guadagno. I am Mac in this circle, so just want to clarify that. So
thank you.
Can't have two Kristins; it's too confusing.
Yes.
So I am officially Mac when we're at work or in the company of each other.
Yes.
But so, what funny story about Kristin and I, the Kristins. Mm-hmm. Escrow conferences over the years. I mean, 8, 9 years.
At least, yeah, I would say probably 10. I'm pretty sure there's some 2014s in there.
Oh my gosh. Sure. And so we would go to these conferences, and every year the conferences are right around the same time, and these pictures start showing up in our Facebook feeds, and we're like, oh my God, look at us. And we would always sit by each other, and then it turned into this thing, because anytime someone was looking for Kristin, we'd be like, yes.
How can I help you?
Kristins are here. But that's always been fun, because we had this camaraderie, all of us, with these industry events. Mm-hmm. And going to them, volunteering. We gave up a bunch of our personal time. We're still doing it, and committing that back to our industry. And I love that we met there first, and mm-hmm. then this just kind of organically happened, and that we were on the same path at the same times, thinking of like, how can we do this differently and better? So just a little bit about inspiration and leadership. So we left the last episode talking about Dawn. Mm. And kind of what she's been teaching us and what we're learning about ourselves. And so is there something that is like really powerful that you've learned in those sessions that you carry with you every day, that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the thing, or there it is again, or whatever that is? Is there one or two things that you'd be willing to share?
For me, oddly, because I am a Scorpio, I have a mothering problem, and I think that comes from being a latchkey kid and taking care of my sister who has special needs, and my other sister wasn't around all the time, and both of my parents were gone all of the time, so I took care of her a lot. And protecting her and trying to push her and make her grow and do all the things, I have leaned into mothering, which is odd because I don't have any children.
You have lots of children.
I have lots of children in my life.
21 right now.
Many. But so I do have to always kind of sit back and say, hey, am I doing this for me because I have this urge to nurture this person, or am I doing this for this person? Like, am I forcing this person to step outside their comfort zone for myself or for them? So I do always have to kind of step back and check that part of myself and make sure that I'm not trying to satisfy some sort of need in myself to be a mothering person, or am I really trying to uplift this person and find their perfect thing for themselves? So I always have to kind of step back with that a lot. And that's something she has taught me about myself, so it allows me to work on it, but it's definitely something I have to work on every single day.
Well, we're not working on anything. We're perfect just the way we are, to quote right. Dawn. Mm-hmm. But with that, just I get the mothering piece of it, and some of us in this room have been on the other side of that pushing. And whoops, just say it. But what's lovely about that is you want people to succeed, and you see the best in people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's always been something that's been very attractive about our relationship, and like seeing you with other people, is you're just the shining light for all of these people. And sometimes they don't want it. They're like, I don't want to do that. They're
Too
like
bad.
A cat, pushing aside. trying to get
No,
into the
it's
crate.
you.
Yeah.
But so I think that's lovely, although I totally understand it. And the rest of us just need to have the courage to go, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make a difference, but you could try. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, yeah.
Right. That's funny. And Kristin, what about you?
I'm a fixer, so I just fix it all by myself. So I have to stop doing that, and so that's very hard for me.
Oh, God.
Because I do everything so well, it's so easy for me. Oh,
I mean, you're
Fix the
right.
table.
You're 100% right. You do everything perfectly and amazing,
but people don't grow from me doing all the work.
Right.
and it puts a huge amount of pressure on you,
Yes.
and stress,
Yes.
and probably makes you want to
Yeah.
throw things at everybody all
So,
the time.
and that's personal life as well. You know, like
Yeah.
I fix everything at home, and you got a speeding ticket? Let me fix it. Oh, you got a this? Let me
You can
fix
fix speeding tickets.
it. I wish.
You can with money.
Yes. And time and attorneys.
Yeah.
But I love attorneys, so
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
there you
It
go.
all works out.
But yeah, so home and personal life, I tend to just take on everything on myself. And so I have to stop and go, okay, let me not try to fix this for you and show you how to do it, or give you 2 or 3 options. Here's what I would do. Here's another way. Here's maybe a different way. You choose.
Yeah.
And I believe in you. And
Off you
for it.
go.
When does this start?
I've heard it a little bit in some aspects of her life. I think it's getting there.
I do too. No,
You've got to dip the toe in.
That's right.
She has come very, very, very far, and I know it is a challenge for her because of her high expectations of herself. She's not doing these things because she doesn't believe in other people.
Not at all.
She's doing these things because she wants to save these people from having to do it themselves.
Yes.
And she knows she can do it right, faster, this, that. But I think at the end of the day, the difference from when you started this journey to now is leaps and bounds. So she's really digging in on it. So I'm very proud of her. You're doing a great job.
Well, and I also think it's, I mean, she's right. You are
Thanks.
doing a good job. But I think part of it too is you don't want to let anybody down.
no.
And so it's fixing and control, that thing, but it's comes from such a good place.
Right.
And I don't want to let people down, so I'm just going to do it, and I'm not going to talk about it, and it's just going to get done, and it's going to be good, and nobody will have to worry. And I think it comes from such a good place, just like dyes. They come from such a good place, but we're doing exactly the opposite of what we're hoping to accomplish,
Right.
which is so weird.
I know.
Like, Dawn has helped me realize that. All these things that I'm doing aren't accomplishing
What you think they
Yeah.
are.
yeah, they're actually the opposite of
Yeah.
that. And so I'm not attracting the things that I'm working so hard to try to attract, right? And so with attraction and alignment and all of those types of fun things, what's something that you've learned about yourself that you're feeling the shift? Because I think I know we've talked about this privately. We're all kind of feeling a shift in certain ways, and planets or whatever you believe, but it's a mess right now. So what are some things that you're feeling that are coming into alignment that you've been really working on?
I think alignment is tough for me because
Yeah.
I don't. It's kind of a new agey kind of thing, and I'm a very grounded, old school type of person. So trying to say alignment is like trying to say I have a great work-life balance, which I don't understand what that is either.
That's fair.
This is why Kristin and I get along so well. And I think this is why we make perfect partners. She is definitely the yin to my yang.
Yeah.
I mean, I am someone that's like, I'm just going to think it and it's going to happen. And she is like, I am not, that's not going to.
We need a plan.
You have to do the
plan. I have to make
You
the
have to do the
coffee.
work. Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
I think I push her a little bit to have kind of faith in the things that she's doing are going to be coming to fruition, whether she wants them to or not. Not that she doesn't want them to, but whether she makes the plan or not. Sometimes things just happen because of your desire to want it to. And I think she's starting to feel that a little bit more. And I think for me, I'm starting to understand because this is now a business I own, that I can't always just, wish and manifest and it shall come. I'm appreciating the organization and the planning that Kristin brings to the table and kind of grounding me a little bit more. Like, I don't like to have my feet on the ground for too long, but she definitely brings me down long enough to make some.
Well, I was going to say, can I clarify?
Down to earth.
Okay, thank
down
you.
to Earth, Mother Earth.
Yes.
But to take the time to say, okay, is this a good business decision? Is this you just trying to mother these people? Is this person, let's say, aligning with our company values, or are we handling this situation in such a way that we've structured the company to support these people? And so we do have to sometimes take a step back and just make sure we're staying aligned.
Yeah.
Well, and so that brings us right into exactly where I was hoping to go. So we are all going through EOS.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I didn't know anything about EOS other than I had been in another coaching program and he was involved with EOS, but he was doing a separate thing that I was involved in. And for people that don't know, and I know, Kristin, you've got experience with this, so will you explain a little bit about what EOS is and then kind of how that has impacted our organization, and then maybe describe your roles?
So EOS is the Entrepreneurial Operating System.
It is a mouthful.
That is
I understand
very hard
why
to
they
say.
made an acronym.
Yes, acronyms are good. And it is a way to structure the company so that we are aligning ourselves with what our goals and our values are, and to make sure that we're doing it in the most efficient amount of time possible.
Ooh,
so
with me, that's hard.
it is very hard because you talk a lot. But this is, when we first, without EOS, before we started EOS, I remember we had a meeting of our managers in January that was
18 hours.
Yeah, it was so long.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and we had a 2-page,
We had so much fun.
agenda.
We had a great time.
We had a great time. Yeah, but we always have a great
We
time.
got literally nothing done.
We did not. So we needed a better way to kind of structure our environment and just make sure that we were doing the best for ourselves in the most efficient way.
Because I think individually, we've all been leaders in our industry, but we've run companies, we've run departments, we've managed people, but we've never owned our own company and understanding the implications and applications that need to go in that regard. So it definitely helped get me a little bit more organized and understanding, like, okay, again, just wishing and going to sleep and waking up and it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
it was
more
good.
to it than that.
Yeah.
And so she just explained, you both just exactly explained your roles in the EOS system perfectly without saying
Telling
what it
us,
is.
yes.
So anyone that is familiar with EOS, Kristin, you are our
Integrator.
and Di?
Visionary.
Yeah, no one is surprised at all. They don't even need to know about EOS, and they already knew the answer to that. This is exactly what I think is so powerful, because you touched on something. All of us have been in leadership roles and run departments and companies and people and things, and we've done that. And what was happening is we were like bumper carring. We've all had to do everything where we were, and so we were stepping on each other's toes because we all wanted to help and do the things and all the stuff, and we weren't
Getting anything
focused
Yeah.
on the things that really will impact the company and move us forward. And so it's been so helpful for us to do that. And then we have timelines where we got to get stuff done. And so, Kristin, your role as integrator, for, again, people that aren't familiar with it, what do you do?
I crack the whip.
She really does. And it hurts. It's usually aimed right at me.
Yes. I try to just keep people moving in the right direction
That's
with a
fair.
little nudge
Yeah.
or,
Or a tiny flick in the forehead.
Yes, whatever
it
works.
takes.
But yeah, I think that the integrator role tries to just make sure that everybody is moving forward on the goals that we have set for ourselves. These are all goals that we set, the things that we want to do, the things that we're interested in, we believe are going to drive the business forward and take us to the next level. And so it's just making sure that we're on task with those on a weekly basis so that we can make our quarterly goals.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing the difference of the things that we're getting done. And I'm certainly guilty of trying to derail the meetings with not only talking too much, but, a meeting popped up. I'm going to go do that. No, you're not. You're coming to this meeting. So it's kind of structured us in such a way that we have time to come together, because 5 women, it's like herding cats. And so we have this standing appointment where we have to make time to work on the business. And then the rest of the week we're doing in the business and on the business things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 90 minutes, you're in, you're out, you have a very structured way of doing it. So anybody out there interested in helping their company grow in a more structured way, I think EOS is definitely something they should look into. And if you reach out to us, we've got a great referral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, the visionary role. So what do you do?
I just sit around and think all day.
I mean, it was kind of sold that way to us initially, and it's much bigger than that.
It's really not. That's not what's happening. But I do have a lot of ideas. I'm constantly coming up. I know I come in with them like every other morning. Oh, what if we did this? And it's funny because this is the moment when I was trying to push Mac into the visionary seat, although I do still feel like you have visionary tendencies, because I'll come in after thinking up some stupid idea and I'll say, oh my God, what if we did this? And you're like, oh my God, I just storyboarded that last night. And so then it's a matter of our integrators making sure that these things are coming to fruition if they really are good ideas. I would say of 10 ideas, maybe 1 or 2 will pass by Kristin and she'll be like, great, do it. So I'm just constantly out there trying to think of ways for us to grow, for us to be better, for us to be more...
Fill needs
Yeah.
that,
Clients.
just kind of come up.
Yeah, because title and escrow is title and escrow. If I learned anything about working for a Fortune 300 company for 33 years and then moving to a smaller company, I'm like, oh, these are the same pens. This is the same desk calendar. It's the same papers. It's the same everything. The only thing that makes us different is us, our ideas, our personalities, and our education that we're getting and giving. So trying to figure out how to turn that into something can help us scale and grow the company. I know sometimes you guys are pulling me back like, we're going to Colorado. Okay.
And we're like,
maybe
ooh,
next year.
interesting idea. Show us more about
That's
that.
a great idea in
So,
theory.
right. Hey, we could have done it.
We could have.
We could have.
2 seconds.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, so, and I would not want to do it with anyone other than this group of women, because they do support me in all of my zany craziness and can see the seed of the applicable idea when I'm spouting off all of my little dreams and hopes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was such a good, I think, exercise for us when you did try to shove me into the visionary role, because we both do have visionary tendencies, but you are North Star's visionary. There's no question about that. You are North Star's integrator. There's no question about that. But we are lucky enough to have a group of people that have visionary and integrator tendencies that can help hold us that are running around doing stuff accountable, which I think is huge. And so during that journey, I heard an amazing story that I need you guys to share, because it illustrates the closeness of the two of you, but also the need for the integrator and visionary to be so close to each other. So you guys travel a lot together.
is this
What
the
story
underwear
is this?
story? Probably shouldn't.
Oh,
Travel a
Lord.
lot together. And often share a room.
Yes.
Yeah?
That is true.
Save the money.
Anybody ever forget anything?
I never forget a darn thing.
On brand.
Yes.
It's totally on brand. Di?
Well, we were sharing a room. It was Vegas, though.
That doesn't
That
matter.
doesn't make it
I
better.
forgot my pajamas and,
underwear.
and socks randomly when I was packing. And so, and we So for some reason, we were in a king bed
Yes.
because they didn't have, it was a conference and they were out of the, she's like, well, this is not happening. So she took me downstairs and bought me these like men's underwear because we couldn't find anything but boxers.
Yeah.
And a tank top, and that was what I slept in.
But truly,
We're very close.
Yes.
and that was another point of the importance of the integrator and visionary relationship. And I was like, I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, we all already see it and know it,
Yeah.
but that just made me giggle. So I had to
Problem
get that.
creator, problem solver.
Right.
So it just works.
You
just
problem
works.
solve all the time.
You're so funny. How do I get myself out of this?
So when you guys think about the future of North Star, what excites you?
I mean, for me, we talk about all of these great employees we currently have because we have to start out with very knowledgeable employees. But for me, the vision of our Level Up program is so exciting to me. I've been trying to do it at my last 2 companies, and we would love to be able to, populate the next generation of title and escrow and give people the education, people that have the drive and the personality. They have to be a little crazy, but just bring them in and teach them from ground zero all the way up. And they can choose to, like you said, let them be in their own space. They can choose to stay in the program and serve the escrow community that we're creating, or they can go off on their own and build their own little empire within the company and create a desk. So that's our vision for the future, is making sure that this industry stays educated and this
relevant.
industry continues, because I used to be the youngest when I started in this, and now I'm the oldest one in the company. So we are a dying breed, quite literally. And if someone doesn't take hold of engaging the new generation, which isn't the easiest thing to do with different generations, and bringing them into an industry that people think of, oh, I'm not going to sit at a desk and push paper all day. That's not sexy. I'm going to be on a podcast, or I'm going to be, starting something that I'm going to be a millionaire, or whatever they're going to do. But
Or side hustles.
16 side hustles. Just making it a little sexy for the younger generation to come in and know, like, you can make a lot of money doing this. And the effect, I think when I first met Kristin and she brought me into the association, that's when, I had been doing it already for over 17 years when I met you, but I still really saw it as a way to make just a ton of money and be a job. When I started going to the association and realizing the effect that our industry has on the global economy, like what deep roots we have in legislation and all of those things, it changed me. It changed how I saw what I do, and that's when it turned into a career for me. So, you did that. You did that, girl.
That's awesome.
You did that. So we want to be that for anyone that's interested in, hanging out with a bunch of fun ladies and
We bring the
learning
fun.
all about it.
And
We bring the
supportive men.
fun.
And supportive men. We do still love men.
Yeah.
But that's what excites me about the future for North Star. We're branching out in ways that just creates education. We have, North Star University, and we've got our 1031 exchange company. We're growing with the podcast. All the things that we're proud to say we're going to educate on a human level, on an industry level, and just keep on growing.
And just a little bit more, so you mentioned the Level Up program, and I know what that means, and Kristin knows what that means, but what is the Level Up program going to look like? I know we're just starting. We have one.
Yeah, we have one.
But
My
what's that gonna look
vision
like?
really was to find people out either within our industry or not in our industry, and just bring them into the fold, put them into this program where it's kind of like school. Level 1, you learn what is title and escrow. Level 2, you learn, what is what is a title commitment? Level 3, you go all the way through the 12 different levels. And each level that you step up to, you earn a little bit more money. And in the end, you can stay in the unit. You could manage one of the classrooms. You could do any of those things. Or you can move on and become an escrow officer and eventually down the road one of the next industry leaders.
Yeah. And I think that's so powerful because we are aging out. I just had that conversation in another conversation, and it was like, I used to be the youngest person for so long, and now I mention Seinfeld, and everybody's like, what's that? And I'm like, like, I'm so offended that you don't know those things. And it's like, all of a sudden, all of our mentors retired, and we became the leadership, and we became the mentors. And it was like,
what happens? I'm not ready for this.
Imposter syndrome immediately. I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. So Kristin, what about you?
I think the thing that excites me most about the future is being able to scale what we currently have, and just seeing that grow and develop, not just in Arizona, but maybe in those other states that we're talking about, and really see this take off and what we have to just blossom. I think that's what I'm most excited about, but I don't know. I think all of it is just very exciting.
Yeah.
And warms my heart.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm really excited too. It's fun to be able to do this with you guys. So, so if you could go back to baby Di, baby escrow officer Di, and Kristin, same question for you, but for Kristin. Okay. What is something that you would share with yourself about that you wish you had known then? Like, what's something, advice or?
I think what took me the longest to learn was that as long as you're doing your best, everything's going to work out okay. You have this innate fear when you're starting to work, especially with other people's money, and you're building your team and you don't want to let people down. Kristin, knows that. I think if I could go back and say it's going to be fine. Like, no matter what you do, as long as you're doing your best and you're just trying your hardest, no one is going to fault you for that. There's nothing that you can do that would cause such a problem, and I think we take things so seriously, and coming into this, especially a lot of people in the title and escrow industry, not Kristin, but didn't go to college and, are fearful that if they're out of the industry, they're in big trouble because you can make quite a bit of money and without, that college education. And so where can you go after that? But, I worked for the same company for 33 years, ups, downs, sideways, and I was never laid off from a job, although a lot of people were. And I always give the advice to employees, what's the worst that can happen? You'll be let go, but you have this knowledge that you can take with you to the next company or somewhere else, and you will be fine because there's not a lot of us out there these days, Yeah. So I think if I could go back in a time machine, I would squash that fear from the beginning, because I think I would have done this years ago.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
I mean, mine is the same pretty much. I think as growing up in this industry, everything is about perfection. And I think if I would go back and tell myself 15, 20 years ago, is that we are not curing cancer. We are not in the medical field. Nobody's going to die. And so everything is fixable. There's nothing. And I tell this to my assistants now. I wish I had told it to more of my assistants because I think I would have kept them longer. Anyway.
I think we all have grown and maybe showed up in ways in our past that we wish we hadn't.
Right.
And so if any of you are listening, we're sorry.
Yes.
Please call. We still
and you're welcome.
Yeah. But I think, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
We are not, you do not need to be a perfect person. You do not need to do that perfectly. It's going to be okay. And if you make a mistake, just tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
As soon as you know.
As soon as you know.
Just sneak around and hope it goes away and hide it in a drawer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And it's so funny that the way that you said that, because I've said that to many people. I'm like, everything is fixable,
Right.
and no one dies.
Right.
We're not doctors.
Right.
We're not in a hospital. It's just escrow. And I know they're going to make you think that someone is going to die if you can't do the thing, but it's really okay. And I will always have your back.
Right.
And I think that's what all of us in the leadership team at North Star, we will always have their back. We might coach them privately on a different way to handle it next time, but we're still going to have their back. And I think that is really impactful and important, because we've all made the mistakes that they're making, and that's why we know how to fix them. I've certified an original note. I've hit the recording button before I actually was supposed to on the wrong file. Like, we've all done the things. And so knowing how to fix them is because we made the mistakes. And either we had someone who showed us the right way, or we just went, oh, no, I've got to fix this right now. And, you know.
We can drive to Glendale. It's fine. We'll get those original docs back to record.
How about Dewey? How about Dewey with Chrissy's package?
Yeah.
Like, her husband just got in the car and went and picked up the
we'll
package.
just go do it.
We'll get it done today.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I love about this group is we have our moments. We're not perfect, but we all pull together and we're like, look, we got you. What can we do? And we've even got spouses that are jumping in their
Right.
cars and helping too. So I
Yes.
think it's cool that we have such a big impact and we've got so much love and
Harvey
support.
Keitel's of escrow.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, the wolf.
He was the fixer, the wolf. in Pulp
Wasn't he the
Fiction.
wolf?
The
yeah.
wolf.
Gave him all the stuff to clean up the car after the accidental gunshot.
Like, I just need a penny and a paper clip and a $1 bill, and I can get us out of
The
this.
only thing I remember about that movie is him being stabbed in the.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
With when he was
overdosing.
stabbing Uma Thurman.
Yes.
Yeah.
To bring her
Yes,
back because
that's
she
right.
snorted the wrong stuff.
Anywho,
Okay, so
Don't do that.
that
so-
went on a weird
yeah.
direction.
you know, it's just like another day at the office. We're fostering fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm going to rapid fire some
Ooh.
questions for you guys, just for some funsies, and I hope you like it. So, coffee or cocktails?
Cocktails.
Can I have both? I do like, what are those called?
Espresso martini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'll take
so
that.
both. I like it. Okay. Dream vacation spot?
Italy.
Italy. I haven't been there yet. It's on my bucket list.
I'm with you. I'll go.
Okay.
Book or podcast recommendations?
If the book is on Audible, I'll take both.
I'm a book I like to have it in my hand. I buy a ton of books. I don't read them all. But I have been of late, thanks to you, getting into podcasts more. So I'm enjoying that, but I do like to just read a paper book.
Okay. And what's your favorite podcast, Kristin? Other than Chasing North, of course.
Of course. Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
What about you, Di?
I don't have one.
What's your favorite book?
I think my favorite book was a collection of short stories by Dorothy Parker.
Okay.
And I read it over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's your go-to pump-up song?
I'm not going to remember the name of it, but it's Eminem, the one.
You could probably sing it.
I was
I
gonna
could
say,
sing
you wanna
it.
give
I
us
could
some
rap
notes
it.
and lines?
Rap
Go
it
for
out.
it.
It's an Eminem song.
Mine's Unstoppable.
Okay.
I remember when I was by myself at the office and we first started this, I would sing it in my head. I didn't put it on the radio. I would sit in the office in silence and I would sing that in my head. For the longest time it was in there. I like it.
Dogs, cats, or neither?
I have
Dogs.
both. I'm more of a cat person though. That dog's in your face. It's like too much. Like, what are you trying to prove? I don't know. I don't like it. No.
Most used app on your phone?
Outlook.
That is boring and not true.
Yeah, that's so.
It's
boring
true,
and a lie.
but it is boring. YouTube and Outlook. It's very boring.
It's probably a tie between Instagram and TikTok.
She's a TikToker. I get 700 TikToks from her. I'm like,
Awesome.
I love TikTok.
they're good.
One word people use to describe you.
I can't say that word.
Yes, you can. And that's not the word.
Beautiful. Dynamic.
One word.
Oh.
Di, what word would you use to describe Kristin since she's not coming up with anything other than curses?
Well, I always used to call Kristin my conscience because every time I would have to figure out if something was right or wrong, I would be like, should I have done that? And she's like, no, you should not have. So she's definitely someone that is very grounded and has a good moral compass. So I use it a lot.
I love it. What's something that you're learning right now?
Italian.
You are?
I am.
That's cool.
QuickBooks.
Oh, liar. You are. She's starting.
Thinking about it.
She's starting.
I have the password.
I love it. Ladies, thank you so much. This was really fun. Any other last minute things you'd like to say to the audience or pass along other than this podcast comes to you courtesy of North Star Title. So if you're thinking of buying or selling, please think of us.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
We all do it. There we go. But anything else you'd like to share before we sign off for this episode?
No, just thank you for dreaming this up, you little mini visionary, and making stuff happen for us. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being the hostess with the mostest.
So with that, hostess with the mostest is going to say, see you next time. Be good to yourselves and each other. Thanks for joining me on Chasing North. If today's conversation resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd share the episode, leave a review, or pass it along to someone who'd be inspired. Until next time, keep chasing alignment, trust your path, and remember, your value is non-negotiable.